just reminded me of the joy. I could have joy again.
Yeah.
Yep. And that was amazing. I giggled like I was a kid again.
Yep.
Which I had lost touch with. And just going to the barn and being with him, everything just disappeared. For that hour, 2 hours, I could just be with him and just have joy. Then when I left, reality hit, and I had to deal with, divorce, deal with struggles at work, whatever it was. For that time, it was a gift. And it's amazing. And he has taught me that to value every moment. And there's time I take people for granted. And I'm learning not to do that, but with him, every moment matters. Because I know he's not promised forever. But that is the beauty too. And then, coming to Leatherman Lane and having the clinics and Amy and watching her work with you all, Liz, and every, just watching people work with their horse, and then having the trainers here, working with Lauren. My confidence when I got here to now, unbelievable.
Like that. And you were a confident horsewoman to begin with.
I didn't feel that way.
You came off that way.
Okay.
As a new boarder coming in, I thought you were very confident. But where you are now, maybe you were just faking it out.
No, I felt okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not where I need to be.
None
And
of
I'll
us
always
are.
be working, and I need to learn. But it grows. And it's a good thing, it's a healthy thing. And then, my horse reminds me when I get a little too full of myself. He's able to humble me, which is good.
Yeah.
Because I need humbled. And, don't want to be arrogant, but there's no place for that here, and I love that.
Yeah.
We're real. So anyways, just thank you.
Well, and to your point, the joy that your horse has brought you. He's not promised forever, agreed. And when he does have bad days, because he has them, he is getting older, right? He has his issues.
Yep.
He had to take a beat, right? You couldn't ride him for a while. But you didn't stop working on you. You didn't stop working on your horsemanship, right? You faced Luke.
Right.
You
Thank
worked
you.
with Lauren.
Yep.
You furthered your horsemanship. And when Chief was ready to ride, you were a better horseman for it.
Yes.
You didn't quit.
Thank you. Yeah. And I got to ride Levi,
Right.
an Arabian, who I never thought I'd ride an Arabian ever, because
Wow.
I'm internally a crazy Arabian. I feel inside. So that energy mixed with a horse that's very high strung,
Sure.
ready to move. It's not always. It terrifies me a bit to see myself reflected. And he was an amazing horse,
Sure.
but he checked me. And I learned a lot from him, and I was grateful to Jill for allowing me to ride him. It was an honor and a blessing, and it was an accomplishment.
Yeah.
I never thought I would ride one, and now I'm just like, well, maybe I could get an Arabian. I don't know, for a next horse,
Sure.
maybe.
Yeah.
But that was a gift. But thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that before I had a ride here. Chief was my ride. That was it.
Yep.
Steady Eddie knew.
Well, and the opportunity was available.
Yes.
You've
Right.
created an environment where that opportunity was there.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. What helped you find the courage or the time or the reason, I guess, to pick up the phone or message Amy to get it started? What was your catalyst?
I had always been interested in horses, but I always lived in the city. I never really had the opportunity. I was in school, things like that. So then I just decided, I'm going to do it. And I was looking up places, and I contacted Amy. I remember emailing you, and you had emailed me back and showed me your whole program and everything. I was like, this looks great. I was so excited. And then came out and stuck with it, and I loved it.
Yeah. And you've done great. Now, we did your assessment with Luke, right?
Yeah.
Did we grab Luke initially?
Yeah.
He's usually my go-to just because I know he's going to walk up to you like a dog and be easy to catch.
Yeah.
And I want to see more how you interact with the horse rather than watch you catch a horse,
Right.
But I remember showing you how to put the halter on and how to lead him and how to do it, and you just kind of like a slow light bulb that lights up, not like a switch that you flick, but you were kind of like, the longer you got here, and I went, yep,
Yeah.
this is good. This is good. It's important to me to find people that I know I can work with and I know I can help. That means our energy has to match.
Right.
That means you and the horse need to vibe really well. And that means somebody might come in here and meet with me and it's not a good fit. And that's okay too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That just means I'm not the right fit for her, or the horse and the program, or whatever is not right. And I never want to make anybody feel like, don't want you.
Yeah.
Because that's not what it is. It's got to be the right fit, because 9 times out of 10, you're not just coming in and doing lessons. Eventually, you're either going to lease the horse that you're working with, or more often than not, apparently you're going to buy the horse that you're working with, you know, and become part of our barn family. So I don't just let anyone into the program because I'm thinking long term. This isn't a one-off deal for me. I'm investing in you as a horsewoman. You're investing in me as someone who's going to guide you. And then inevitably, ultimately, hopefully, you're joining our family.
Yeah.
So the same standards really apply to the grounded horsemanship program as the ones that we applied to Leatherman Lane to get in here as a boarder, because otherwise you go through the program and it's like,
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
ya,
that's the
good
point,
luck
yeah.
out there in the real world, keep in touch.
Yeah.
That's not what we want.
Yeah.
You know, we're building you up for you and for your horsemanship and everything, but ultimately we
Well,
want you to stay.
It comes back to investment,
Yes.
and you kind of have to be equally invested.
Yeah.
And I feel like that this is so different than a lot of other programs out there. Like, because I was looking, of course, you know, you Google like horse lessons, and this is just different in
Yes.
a good way than other places that you're just kind of a number or a, you know, just lesson, you know, and then there's no community like this.
Right. I've
Right,
never
right.
seen it.
Mm-mm.
And that for me was a motivating factor in creating it. Because and a lot of people do just want to go take lessons and then get on with their life, and that's great for them.
Yeah.
That's not what I want, and I know there are other women that's not what they want. So I'm glad you found us.
Yeah,
Yes.
me too.
Yeah.
He has led me to the best people in my life, the best experiences in my life, the best parts of myself. Opportunities to confront my worst parts, my weaknesses, my anger, my impatience, and to deal with those things and have tactics and strategies and be a better person, not just a horsewoman.
They give you that can-do, that grit.
Yep, grit. Yeah. I know when I first had, well, not first couple years I had him, he was he was naughty. I mean, free to bad home was a sign I was hanging around that horse's neck. And I had, to Amy's point, the privilege of working with an extraordinary trainer who helped me have some tactics, a few skills that I was able to implement. And there was one day he was extremely naughty, and I was taking him from the barn to the arena, and there was a big barnyard at this particular barn, and it was cold and rainy and just a nasty day, and he was horrid. And the only tactic I had was kind of circling and getting him to turn his back end and face me. And I don't know, I was out there for 30, 40 minutes. It felt like forever, but what this trainer, what rang in my head was, it takes as long as it takes. It takes as long as it takes. And the owners of the farm, they were quite warm and comfortable sitting in their kitchen watching me and commented afterwards about, we wondered how long it would take, but we knew it would take as long as it would take. And I was cold, I was frustrated, I mean, all those negative things, but he helped me through that. Or he
And
helped me learn.
How many times in life has that happened with a horse and without a horse, where you've been in a situation where it's, I can quit and stop this right now, but where will I be if I do? How
That's right.
defeated will I be if I do? Or I can stick with it as long as it takes and get to the other side of this and be better for it.
Exactly.
Everything for me with horses is not just about the horse.
Absolutely.
I love the relationship with my horse, don't get me wrong. And I love the horsemanship and I love the groundwork. But it's more than that. It's a life lesson. it's a example and a reminder that if you quit with a horse, you're teaching them to quit. You're teaching them that what they just gave you, that naughty behavior, that's what you're going to get. If you quit in life, you're never going to be better off than you are right there. You might be stuck in this really crappy place. So for me, that's what I equate this stuff with a lot of times. That's what I try to share with the women I work with and help and guide. And
You bring up a good point about the quit, because the more we do something, the easier it gets,
Yes.
even if it's bad for us.
yes,
Uh-huh.
So the times that I have quit in my life, because there has been times that I look back and go, gosh, why did I do that?
Yep.
But it made it easier the second time when I was confronted with something to say, do I want to quit? And that part on your shoulder's like, yeah, let's do it, let's quit. And then the other part's like, really? Do you remember last time?
Yeah.
you've done this.
Yeah. So you bring up a good point about the quit part, because it can be a slippery slope.
You can't quit.
Right.
You can't. Where would I be in life if I had quit the first or the 100th time that things got hard? I would never have found the love of my life, ever, right? Because I quit a million times before that, until I didn't. I never would have this farm and this property, because I tried 5 other serious times and looked forever for another one. Everything good in my life that I have, this relationship, you women, my husband, my kids, is because I refuse to quit. So if somebody sees even just that and learns from it and goes, she's been to hell and back, but dang, look what she's got to show for it, and is inspired by that,